Happy Friday, guys. Hope you're all having a really good one. I hope you enjoyed your Christmases and, of course, your Boxing Day yesterday as well. Now, we know that will have been aided by the fact that Everton and Carlo Ancelotti got the win, a winning start to the Carlo Ancelotti era at EFC. 1-0 it finished. Dominic Calvert-Lewin with the only goal of the game, just 10 minutes from time. And I'm happy with that, to be honest. I'm really happy with that. I think given the way we knew Burnley were going to set up, we know how tough they can be to break down. Sean Dyche and Burnley are exceptionally good at setting up to keep the opposition out, and they did that for most of the game yesterday, up until Dominic Calvert-Lewin, as I said, little less than 10 minutes to go. Sidibe from the right-hand side, who started as well and on the right wing, which was interesting. I think when we saw that, we all thought that could work really well. Coleman starting at right back with, can focus mainly on his defensive duties, and then that gave Sidibe the run of the wing on the right hand side. We've seen how good of a delivery he is capable of, and that was no different yesterday. Beautiful ball in from the right hand side, fantastic diving header from Calvert-Lewin. I mean, it was like something out of the Duncan Ferguson history books archives, and it was fantastic to see what a player he's become, especially over even the last sort of month or so. Fantastic. Made up for him, really, really, and made up for Everton as well. It's like we've got a new player. I think Calvert-Lewin had a decent game again yesterday. We have just got to work on putting more chances away, but I'm sure that will come, and no doubt we do need to add firepower. That goes without saying, but it's brilliant to see him doing so well. So congratulations to him. And in terms of Carlo Ancelotti, for his first game in charge, I mean, I think he did. It was pretty well spot on, wasn't it? Yes, of course, we'd always like to see more goals, but I think actually the roof nearly came off Goodison. Sometimes it's really satisfying to get wins that way when you know what you're going to get from Burnley and Sean Dyche. And I think we handled it really well. Ancelotti set up with the 4-4-2 again, made a few changes, as I said before there. Sidibe on the right-hand side as well. It was Gylfi and Delph in the middle, Bernard on the left, two up top in Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison, Coleman on the right, Holgate and Mina, Luca Dean, Jordan Pickford. So I think we were all pretty happy with that starting 11, and we know how many injuries. We know we're riddled with injuries right now as well. So yeah, I was happy with that team. I think it all worked out well. In terms of his game management as well, I think that was really good to see. The fact that we did change it up. We saw Moise Kean come on as well, and we did change it up to a 4-3-3. Then when we got the goal, we reverted back to the 4-4-2 to see out the game. He used all three of his substitutions, bringing on Tom Davis, Moise Kean and Theo Walcott towards the end there as well. I think his game management was spot on. It was brilliant to see the passion from him as well. When we scored the goal, and to see his son David, or David, however you want to pronounce it, and big Duncan Ferguson jumping on him as well was really brilliant. Excellent photographs from the game afterwards. If you haven't seen, I'm sure most of us have seen that picture. It's class. So yeah, a winning start for Carlo Ancelotti. Couldn't have asked for any more than that. A clean sheet as well, which no doubt is going to do the defenders a world of good for their confidence and the rest of the team. Calvert-Lewin again with the goal, as I said, so he'll be feeling confident. We've got Newcastle tomorrow in such a short turnaround. I mean, literally one full day in between for Ancelotti and his team to get ready and set up for what will be a really, really tricky game, really tough test at St James's Park tomorrow. Newcastle, of course, in their game yesterday, on the wrong end of a 4-1 battering by Manchester United after taking the lead in that game as well. So they'll absolutely, no doubt, be looking to bounce back in front of their home support as well. That can be quite a damning thing when a team's had a really terrible result. It can work two ways, of course. The wins might be knocked out their sails. They'll be tired as well. It might knock their confidence, but I'm expecting them in front of however many tens of thousands of Geordies, a passionate lot as well. I think they're gonna be up for it, and they're gonna try and get a positive result to make up for their travelling fans, of course, yesterday. But we'll be wanting to make it back-to-back wins. It's been a long time since that's happened. We have seen ourselves climb the table, but of course, we still want to see us further and further away from that bottom end and closer and as close to the top six as we can be. I'm not saying that that's a realistic thing that's going to happen necessarily, but we saw Arsenal again dropping points yesterday. They're only 2 points ahead of us. It's still tight in, there's still some mad results going on as well, so We need to be winning these games. It is winnable, but I think it will be tough. But we'll have to wait and see what happens, see how he sets up as well. He said after the game that it might be an opportunity for some of the players that weren't used so much yesterday to come in. So, you know, your Davises, your Walcotts, your Keanes, they, of course, did come on for small parts of the game as substitutes, but it's good that there's been players that have been largely rested as well. So we'll have to see what changes he makes, whether he stays the same. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing how he deals with this one as well. And just elated that we got the 3 points to start the Ancelotti era. In what's been a really good week, really exciting week for the club. That 3 points was huge. So fantastic. And just on Everton Women as well, actually. Everton Women have re-signed Izzy Christiansen from Lyon Women, who are the best team in women's football, no doubt. I was in Budapest actually to watch them in the women's World Cup final. I was at the Women's World Cup as well. No, the Women's Champions League final. Sorry, it's half asleep here. This period between Christmas and New Year where you don't know what day it is. But no, I was at the Champions League final. Lyon beat Barcelona Women 4-1. She's been injured a lot over the recent months, Christiansen. So she did, unfortunately, and a lot of people were quite shocked that she missed out on the place in the World Cup squad. Gutted with that, to be honest. I think she should have been in. I think we'll see her back tearing it up for England again soon. But a real top signing. Everton Women are flying, as people know if you follow them. If not, we're flying in the league. That's a real statement of intent as well. I think re-signing Christiansen. And people are starting to really talk about Everton and take note again. So it's brilliant to see. Welcome back to the club, Izzy Christiansen. Yeah, so the girls are back in training, I think, and can't wait to be back on the road with them really soon. So yeah, that's exciting. But tomorrow it is St James's Park for Newcastle versus Everton, looking to make back-to-back wins for Carlo Ancelotti and the Toffees. So fingers crossed that we'll be able to get that done, and we can all enjoy the rest of 2019. So, and just in terms of, we've got City, haven't we, on New Year's Day. Edison's been sent off, so I think that means that he won't be playing against us. So that's something as well, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Anyway,